Yo, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Mr. Baker, coming at you with a hot tutorial. This one's from a TV theme song. This song's been requested about 4 or 5 times so far, and I had never heard of it, but I checked it out, and it's pretty cool, and I enjoyed making it. At least the first half. We're going to do the second part later because it's a lot to unwrap. Too much for one video. So this is part 1 of the Gravity Falls theme song. Let's get right to it, not waste any time. I'm going to move my noggin over here. And what we're going to do for this one is build it from the bottom to the top. And we're going to explain what's going on. Let's first hear it. Let's hear this bad boy. Boom. Cool, that's about the first half to Gravity Falls theme song. Let's dig into it. Now, we're going to work our way, like I said, from the bottom to the top. So I'm going to talk about first what you need for the settings. Go to settings. We're going to change our length to 6 bars. 6 bars of length. Scale, you're going to have on chromatic so that you have all the notes. Chromatic means your full spectrum of notes, all 12. Now, split beats into, I want you to put 4 because we're going to have all 16th notes or takadimis. Yeah. Split beats into 4. Range, you want to have 3 octaves instead of 2 octaves. So you got to change 4 things. Length, 6 bars. Scale, chromatic. Split beats into 4 and range, 3 octaves. Make sure you click that blue check mark. X will not save your settings. And that's what's going to give you what you see here. All these little shapes in little boxes, because not only did we make it chromatic to have all the notes, we split our beats into 4. So we have each little beat subdivided into 4. So we got that set ready to go. I want you to put your tempo on 80. Let's set it for 80 for now. 80 for our tempo. Great. Settings are set. 80 for the tempo. Let's start with our circle pattern. What's the circles going to do? It starts with this little drum intro. You see how it starts here and it builds to this thing before it goes to the main beat. So the first thing you want to do with these circles is one circle skips 7. Another circle skips 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. So these are 2 groups of 8. Circle skips 7. Circle skips 7. Then you're going to do circle skip, circle skip, circle skip, circle skip. Then you're going to do 8 circles in a row, just like that. That's going to build it. Circle skip 7, circle skip 7, circle skip, circle skip, circle skip, circle skip. 8 circles. That's going to be your circle pattern. Now let's talk about this triangle pattern up top. This is what I call a 3 plus 3 plus 2, which if you add those up, that equals 8. But it's basically a really cool sounding beat that you hear everywhere in all kinds of different music. So triangle skip 2 is a group of 3. Triangle skip 2 is another group of 3. 3 plus 3. Triangle skip 1 is a group of 2. That's the 2. 3, 3, 2. Repeat. 3, 3, 2. 3, 3, 2. And then your last row of triangles is going to line up with this big row of circles to make that our drum intro build up. Let's hear it. So you can think of the circles as this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Then the main beat comes in right there. So that's what your drum intro is looking like. Let's talk about what the beats are doing for the rest of them. It has this kind of pattern going down of circle, skip, triangle, skip, circle, skip, triangle, skip, circle, skip, triangle, skip, circle, circle, triangle, skip. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Boom, boom, smack. Boom, smack. Boom, smack. Boom, smack. Boom, boom, smack. Check your spacing on that one. Make sure there's a space after every shape except for the 2 circles. No space after those 2 circles when that triangle comes right after. Then a space after the triangle. That pattern repeats throughout. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep that going all the way. That's what the drums look like. It's 4 groups of those. So you have a drum intro and 4 groups. That's why we have 6 bars total. 2 is the intro and 4 more. We're going to add the rest later. Don't you worry about that. So make sure that drum is sounding the way it's supposed to. Let's hear it. Cool, check that out and make sure that's all ready to go. Now we're going to move above that to our first grouping of notes. We're going to save this for the end. Remember, we're working our way from the bottoms at the top. Drums are set. Let's talk about these notes. For the first white section and gray section, you're going to leave that blank here on the bottom. We're talking about the very bottom octave before that first thick blue line. Or there's going to be notes that go after that thick blue line. But basically, we're going to make sure this guy scrolled all the way down to right above our drums. See that? And now 3 from the bottom is going to be orange. The white section after that first skipped white and gray is going, the third white section right here is going to be orange skip, orange skip, orange skip, all the way throughout the whole white section. And you have the gray section that comes after that is going to be the same thing, but with green. Green skip, green skip. Don't worry about these guys for now. We'll get to that in a little bit. Orange skip, all the way through. Green skip, all the way through the gray section. Then the next white section has this magenta color doing the same thing. Magenta skip. Make sure you got a space in between each of those. Then after that, the following gray section, the last gray section, has 4 reds with a space after, then 4 purples with a space after. So that's what our bass line's looking like. The lowest notes. Orange for a whole white section, green for a whole gray, magenta for a whole white, and then half red, half purple for the last gray. Now, above that thick blue line, you're going to see the same colors. And you're going to put those in between these little spaces. So basically, it's going to do the same pattern, but instead of starting on a color and then doing a space, it's going to start on space, then do a color. And so if you see, they'll line up exactly in between where you left gaps in the bottom one. So space, orange, space, orange, space, orange, all the way through that white section. Same thing about the green. Same thing about this magenta. They fall in the cracks of that bottom baseline. And same thing about the red and the purple here. That's probably going to be the trickiest part for this spacing. Red, 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 purple, purple, which goes gonging, 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 gonging with the bass line and the same note an octave above it. So I'll show you if you want to zone in on what the drums and the bass lines do and ignore that main part on the top. Focus on the bottom with your ears and focus on the sound that the bass is making. See that kind of pattern where it's going bolking, bolking, bolking? That's the rocking back and forth between those notes as a bass line. So check that. Make sure all these colors are right and that the spacing of the colors above it fall directly in the cracks below. Then we'll move on to the top part. Go ahead and pause this as you need to make sure this is all looking good before we add the beginning notes and the main melody on the very top. Cool. Let's go ahead and get to that. I'll move my noggin here in a little bit. This is probably the weirdest pattern and the hardest one to put in so far is this intro little lick. Let's hear it again. Kind of adds a cool, mysterious beginning to it as the drums build it up. Now, it has this kind of dipping V. You can look at it as a V shape. I see it as a V shape. Or I kind of see it as a mouse face, with the green being the ears, and these the eyes, and these the nose. Whatever you want to see it as, it's up to you, but it's basically this pattern. Green, orange, purple, orange. Green, orange, purple, orange. Yeah? So no skips in between. Make sure you're going from left and right, not skipping any, and putting green, orange, purple, orange. Boom. 2 in a row. Then when you get to that next green, to start off the last half of that first white section, you're doing the same pattern, but it doesn't use orange, it uses red. Uses these same outside notes though. Green, red, purple, red, green, red, purple, red. 2 times that pattern, 2 times that pattern. Then 3 times of this next pattern, which starts on yellow, then goes to like this deep orange. I don't know. Oranges are hard to describe. It's like a deeper orange. It's like a ruby red, grapefruit orange, whatever. Yellow, orange, purple, orange, yellow, orange, purple, orange. Boom, for 3 times. And then a space after that yellow, then a purple, and a space after that purple. For boom, bam, Let's hear it. Cool. And then we're going to talk about the main melody that comes in after that. So check your intro to make sure your spacing is all good and that there is no spacing in between. It moves perfectly from left to right with no gaps, but you got to get the shapes right. You can see it as a W. There's a large W. There's like a wider W. Here's three little mouse faces in a row. Whatever you want to see it as. They're shapes, they're patterns. That's all music is patterns. Boom. Make sure your intro's looking like that. Then we're going to take a look at the main melody here. So right when those oranges start that we had, we're going to start with 6 oranges in a row right here. Long 6 oranges. Then 2 yellows, then 8 greens. So 6 oranges plus 2 yellows is a group of 8. There's another group of 8. So 6 orange, 2 yellow, 8 green. Then on this gray section, it's going to start with another 3 plus 3 plus 2 kind of thing. Purple for 3, teal for 3, purple for 2, and then 8 of red for the gray section right there. And that lines up with your greens. 3 purple, 3 teal, 2 purple, 8 reds. Lines up with the greens. Now this next white section, the magenta, is going to be 6 oranges like we had before with 2 yellows. But this time we have 4 greens and 4 yellows. That lines up with your magenta section. 6 orange, 2 yellows, 4 greens, 4 yellows. Boom. And then your final section here is going to be 4 teal, 4 purple, 4 teal, 4 green. That lines up with your reds and purples right there. So these are your long held notes, and your last gray section looks like 4 teal, 4 purple, 4 teal, 4 green. And that should all line it up to finish out the whole first half. Let's hear that intro into the melody. Let's check it out. Cool. So that's what it sounds like all together. It sounds pretty sweet, if you ask me. Pretty simple arrangement of a really cool song, and I'm glad it was requested so often to make me actually do it. Excellent. Cool. This has been the first half of the Gravity Falls intro part 1. We're going to get to the second part later. Stay tuned. Like and subscribe for more for that second part. Going to be coming at you soon. Make sure all your stuff's looking good. Go ahead and put your link to your song in my comments of the YouTube post or in the link I have in there. I want to check it out and see how you did. Really, thanks a lot for this request. My name is Mr. Baker, the Music Maker. I love you all. Peace out.